Part 2, investment. Now, initially I call this part costs because when you think about what money you're going to spend, the cost of something, that mindset kind of brings you to the idea that you're not going to get a return on the money that you're spending. So I call this investment so that you can understand that this money that you're going to invest into this project ultimately needs to bring you a return. Therefore, you might be more interested in investing a little bit more if you know that the purpose is to generate more income in the future. So let's go ahead and get right to it. What money are you going to invest into this project? I've got a minimum and a maximum, according to what money I've spent in the past in setting up websites. Obviously, you've got to get hosting, you've got to get a domain name, you've got to get a custom email, and you've got to have an SSL certificate, especially if you're looking to accept payments directly from your website. At a minimum, you're going to spend about $25 a month or $300 a year for this package that contains hosting, a domain name, an email address, and an SSL certificate, all in one price. I typically use one-in-one. If you're looking to have just one website set up and accepting payments on that website with an SSL certificate, I've got a package listed in the description box below that you can use to set up this hosting package with one-in-one. Of course, I get an affiliate income from that if you decide to go through my affiliate URL, just to let you know ahead of time. And I would really appreciate it if you did use it if you were deciding to register your domain name with one-in-one. Of course, you've got to have a WordPress theme. Any theme worth having is really going to cost you between $50 and $60. I know that's not a big spread. Excuse me. And typically a WordPress theme that doesn't use BuddyPress features or these additional features is going to cost you about $48. A WordPress theme that does use some additional features is going to cost you about $10 more. Now, if you get a cheaper theme, of course you get what you pay for, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the theme is not going to do what you need. So of course, just keep in mind the main thing that you want to look at as far as finding a WordPress theme is compatibility with specific plugins and layouts, not necessarily the overall look and feel as far as images and logos, because those can be changed. Colors, all of those can be changed and updated. But if you like the layout of a website, the entire branding as far as the visual feel of it can be updated to represent your brand. Logo and website design. So if you're going to design a logo and website yourself, of course you can eliminate this cost altogether. A logo typically costs between $50 and $500. A website design typically costs between $100 and $5,000, depending on what features you need, depending on what plugins you need integrated, depending on whether or not you're going to have memberships and subscriptions on that website. All of these have to be considered. So when you ask someone, how much do you charge for a website? Well, every price is going to be different according to what features you need on your website. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's going to cost between, $100. I would say between $1,000 and $5,000 if you're serious about having someone design something that's in really good quality for you. Some assets that can also be used outside of your website will be delivered to you from those designers if you're paying a premium of $1,000 or above, which you can also use in Facebook, on your business card, on other things that you might have printed out, such as some type of brochures or whatever. Those designers should be able to deliver more content to you for the price that you pay that you can use outside of your website. Okay, marketing assets is what I'm talking about. So you might pay an additional price of $75 to $500 for those assets that you can use in Facebook ads, in your LinkedIn page, on your Twitter profile, business cards, etc. stock photos and videos. So this might not be something that you need, but you also should consider stock photos and videos so that you're not breaking any laws. Of course, you might not have the photos and videos you need when you're ready to put your website online because you're starting a business. It's not a business that already exists. So that's something that you have to consider paying. If you pay someone to build a website for you, the cost might be in that price that they're charging you. So ask them, are stock photos and videos included in what you're charging me to design this website? Otherwise, if you want to design the website for yourself, you might want to go and find some of those assets of stock photos and videos, which are going to cost you between $10 and $100 to get what you need for your website. All right. So your total approximate investment should be around $175 to $5,000. Generally, it might cost you a little more than $5,000 if you're trying to get a really intricate membership website with subscription payments, etc. But for the most part, look forward to spending at least $175 if you're going to do all of the designing and creation of those creative assets yourself. I'm going to go through those videos in the future, so make sure that you stick around and check out my process of designing a business card, a logo, a website, etc., because we're going to go through the whole nine, and I hope that I give you enough tangible resources that you can use to actually take action to spend as little money as possible to get the most value out of this website and, build a very trustworthy, secure website so that you can start actually making money through this business. So look at this as your investment cost between $175 and $5,000. If you have the money to invest, then you can find these resources and find these people who provide these services. If you have the time, on the other hand, to invest, look forward to spending at least $175 just to get started. See you in the next video.